Hello everyone, it's Tedious here, back with another Fortnite storyline video on the channel. Yes, you saw the title, we know who Genō is, and I'm not joking, not clickbait, genuinely we know who they are. And yeah, we are going to be going over everything that was revealed in the Batman Fortnite Foundation comic. Now, if you don't want any spoilers, then don't, keep watching your comic online or read it, actually, I don't know. But just keep doing or planning to watch it on your own if you were going to, or read it on your own, and come back to this video later and, keep watching this later. If you don't want to get spoiled, click off the video now. Yeah, so today's video is going to be going over all of that stuff, and if you enjoy, make sure to hit like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want. If you don't want to, that is completely fine. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the first thing that we learned from this comic, which was that the Seven's armor is an AI built to keep them alive no matter what. It tells them everything that has happened in the past, and it leaves them completely unaffected by the loop as well. Now you might be like, how do we know this? What is this? Why is this really important? Well, in the Zero Crisis, that tells us how Foundation was speaking and Jones was or whatever, unless that didn't take place in the loop, I'm not sure. Maybe it took place in the fractured loop because there was also a looper there, which was us, which was a bit confusing, but I'm not sure. You see what I mean though. I mean, his armor and their armor protects them, which explains how they did the end event. That does make sense. And yeah, the fact that it tells them everything that's happened in the past and remembers it means it may have a mind of its own. They might have created some artificial intelligence suit. Sounds really cool. They sound pretty damn smart, and yeah, I think they may have some technology that they're possibly not telling us about. Maybe for a reason that's really important, we're not sure. But yeah, that's that. That was revealed. Let's get into the next thing, was that the Seven's goal is to completely stop the imagined order, to liberate the 0 point, and ultimately destroy the loop whilst keeping all reality safe, and yeah, just ultimately destroying the loop. That's basically what their goal is. Now, you might be asking, okay, why is this that important though? Why does this matter that much? Well, it's just because, we need to know what their motive is, so to tell if we can trust them or not. And from what they've said in this, I believe we can trust them. I mean, the Seven seem pretty legitimate, they seem pretty loyal to us, they seem to be on our side against the last reality, against the cubes, against the Cube Queen, and definitely against Genō, who we will find out who that is at the end of this video. Just stay tuned, everyone. So yeah, that clears some things up about what the Seven's motive is. I know people have been confused about that. They think, no, possibly they're the bad guys. They're not, okay? To the imagined order, they might seem like it, because, they're trying to stop the order and everything within it. But yeah, I mean, I never really thought they were exactly bad guys, but it's just good to know that we can trust them, because in this world, in this simulated world where nothing is actually true, it's very worrying to be interacting with basically anyone, right? And I feel like the fact that we can know that these people, they're safe to interact with, they have the same motive as us, and yeah, they're completely fine in the story now, so they've got all sorted. We know everything that there is to know about the Seven practically now, except all of their members, but yeah, I mean, I'm just glad to know more about the Seven, that we can trust them, and I feel pretty lucky that we got that info from the awesome comic. I mean, so much info within it. And let's get into the next piece of info, which is the beginning of all reality. The beginning of everything in the universe started off there when there was nothing, right? I mean, I thought maybe it would be tied into some god religion kind of thing. I mean, I myself, I'm not religious, so I would be terrible with that. I would not understand anything, because I haven't read like the Bible or whatever. I don't know that kind of stuff, okay? But yeah, it is based off the Big Bang Theory of how Earth was made. So it's a non-religious approach, I think, and that's what I'm gathering anyways. So they call that the Big Bang, so it was like the explosion of the 0 point and something else, or how the Foundation describes it. He says He says that it started off there was nothing, then in a burst of creation the 0 point sprang into being, creating every single world that we know today. And, you know, it's an interesting concept of the Big Bang. No one really knows exactly what it is, how it happened, and this isn't even talking about the Fortnite story, this is talking about general. Like, if you're not religious or whatever, you don't understand I mean, it's beyond human knowledge how anything could be created, like, from nothing. We just don't, we can't understand it, it's not physically possible. But, yeah, basically everything sprang into being from the 0 point, and the 0 point brought everything to life. I mean, even the Milky Way, like our galaxy, our universe, like all of the realities, they had duplicates too, where literally everything was possible, and this is what the multiverse is. Now, it's like a bigger concept. Apparently, there's an omniverse, which we're in, and within that omniverse, there is the core of the omniverse, which is the 0 point. And the 0 point sprang into being, and then it kind of just created everything. So the core of the world created everything, but within these other worlds created by the 0 point, there was millions of versions of them. Like, there's millions of versions of the looped islands, there's also the fractured loop, the main loop, the extra loop, reality 0. There's so many different aspects to literally everything, which is why some people may have been confused reading this comic. I mean, I know Batman was confused in this comic because he was like, hang on, what bigger picture are you talking about? I thought I was the only one, you know? But of course, him entering the loop, everything happening with that, we now realize that every world has a multiverse, and they're part of a bigger thing, which is an omniverse. And that's probably part of an even bigger thing, which we, again, beyond any knowledge of any human, anything, is what is beyond the omniverse, but we have no clue. So now let's get into the next thing, with the Fortnite island being called Reality 0. Now, from what I've sort of gathered from this, it actually explains a fair bit. So it probably means Reality 0, right? You would think it's the first ever reality to be created, it's number 0. And yeah, so it probably is close to, like, quite close to the orb, because it was the first to be created around it, and then the orb sprang off, created other ones, meaning this was sort of a thing that took a while, a sort of substantial, slow process of creating everything. But, I mean, we will never know, because we'll never go back there unless we do someday and someone is able to show us. I'm not sure. But yeah, the island's called Reality 0, I'm guessing because it was the first one to ever be created, the first ever world. And what this explains is why our world has the 0 point, also why the last reality is fighting us. Now, I'm not sure if you realize how powerful this shows that the Queen is. So, look, if you think about it, right, we're Reality 0, we're the first ever one, and they are the last reality, the last ever one to be created. That means we're the closest to the 0 point, and they're the furthest from it. So, they're going to be the ones who are most curious about it if they can see the least of it, you know? It explains quite a fair bit, and here it comes in and tells us how damn powerful the Queen is. She's had to get through every single reality between us, destroy it all, just to get to the 0 point, and she's done it, because she's here, and she's sent cubes, and she's sent devices, and she's gotten through everyone. She's gotten through freaking Men in Black, she's gotten through any movie, anything you can think of, any volcano, every natural disaster that has ever happened in any world. She's gotten through every possibility that can ever exist, because she's gotten through every multiverse ever, beside ours, to get to ours. So that just shows us how powerful she damn is, and oh man, it's worrying, but hopefully that means she destroys the island, Chapter 3 comes straight away, and we get a new thing, and possibly maybe biomes in the new map, I'm hoping. But yeah, this is even teasing Chapter 3 stuff, this comic. It's just insane, man. Okay, let's get into the final point in this video that I bet you guys, you're all waiting for this thing, right? You're all waiting for, who's Genō? What are they doing there? Are they a boy? Are they a girl? Are they a man? Are they a teenager? Are they, you know, what's their motive? Who do they work for? Yada yada yada, you know, that everything we've learned today is going to lead up to this point, and it's just going to make so much sense. So, I will tell you who Genō is in a small bit, but I have to explain it first. So, in the comic, the Foundation says, what the imagined order are doing to the 0 point isn't natural. As Foundation says the word doing, as in like currently doing, not does or has done to the 0 point, what the Foundation is doing, what the third time to charm, what the imagined order is doing to the 0 point, meaning like currently doing it, we can assume that the IO do still have the 0 point from when we last saw it in the imposters mode, and then later in the comic, this is when everything gets revealed and gets blurted out, and now we realize the truth. So, the Foundation says later in the comic, I live this every day knowing the 0 point is in the hands of Genō. From this, we know that Genō is a part of the imagined order and is the manager of it. So yes, there you go, Genō is the manager or the CEO of the imagined order. I mean, we already have Sloane as the boss, so yeah, Genō, as I've just said, is the CEO or manager of the imagined order, and the Seven hate them for that. But we need to know more. Like I said to you guys, what gender is Genō, you know? Well, here. If you search up the word, well, just Genō itself, you'll get a whole huge ton of Fortnite articles, but eventually you get to this. Genō is a masculine given name, usually of Italian origin, and from this we can assume that this man is Genō, as he seems to be the manager of the order giving Sloane her job, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we know what Genō looks like, who he is, what his motive is, why the Seven hate him, and this explains so damn much. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next Fortnite story video, or maybe even Destiny, I'm not sure. I'm kind of stuck with Destiny right now, but that doesn't matter. This is a Fortnite video, I'm Tedious, and you are out, and I'm out too. Peace.